Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Right, boss. I think yesterday we are developing first application of this Saturn injection 616 core module. Okay, almost everything completed except the client application, right? So file save as October 18th. Is that October 18th, boss? 2022. Yes. Come to this place. I hope everyone is able to, yeah, as part of application development, what we did. First one, step number one, download Eclipse IDE 2019 plus version and install it by extracting the zip file. Super. Launch Eclipse IDE by using its workspace folder. Cool. Make sure that, okay, Spring Core related main and dependent jar files are downloaded to your computer. These are the jars. Okay, add above 7 jar files to class path of the project. Build path, class path, one and the same, Rabab. Class path or build path of the project. Eclipse people uses of the project. Nice. Then we created packages. Then we developed a target class. Setter injection. That's why at the rate auto add on it. What is our target class? Wish message generator. What is our dependent class? Local date time. Local date time. So setter injection takes place, guys. So we are using injected local date time object. We are using the injected local in the business method. You understanding my statement? Come on, boss. Is there any? You search for Spring JCL version.jar, you will get it. Okay. Then we developed Spring Bean configuration file by importing XML schema namespaces by specifying namespace URIs. By specifying namespace URIs. Understanding my statement? Super. Yeah. I asked you to collect this one from so and so website. If you collect it and you just need to modify the versions. Okay, here what we did. Okay. Predefined class configuration and component scan. We also enable the component scan. Step number 9, boss. Develop the client application. Step number 9, develop the client application. Super. Develop the client application. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Get into our work, our Eclipse ID and our workspace. What is our Eclipse ID? This one. This is our Eclipse ID. Six launch. 616 launch, boss. This is the project. Done. SRC. Okay. I'll take one more package called main. Okay. Here is the main package. Understanding my statement? Okay. New class. Setter injection test. Setter injection test. But guys, setter injection test. Super. Now tell me one by one. Create the IOC contact. Create the IOC contact. Tell me how to create IOC. File system XML application context. CTX is equal to new file system XML application context. Superna boss. Okay. Next. Yeah. By default, SRC folder is there in the class path. It will verify everything in the SRC folder, project folder, guys. Okay, then what should I do? SRC slash com slash NT slash CFZ slash application context dot X. Application context dot X. CTX is equal to new file system XML application context SRC slash com slash NT slash this. Okay, guys. Get target Spring Bean class object. By default, it will verify in project folder. I'm giving entire location of XML file with respect to project folder. SRC slash com slash NT slash CFS. Now tell me. Wish message generator is equal to CTX dot get bean WMG. Wish message generator dot class. Oh, 1 minute. We will come to that later. We will write in a whatever version I have given that one. Object obj is equal to CTX dot get bean WMG. CTX dot get bean WMG. Next what, guys? Typecast. Okay. Wish message generator is equal to wish message generator of OBs. Here we are doing typecast. Wish message generator of OBs. Next, invoke the business. Invoke the business method. Tell me, guys. String result is equal to generator dot. String result is equal to generator dot. Come on, guys. Show wish message of Raja. Show wish message of Raja. Super. Display the result. Display the result. Sysout result. Sysout result. Super. Close container. CTX dot close. CTX dot close. Understanding my statement, boss? Shall we run the application, boss? Setter injection test dot Java. Okay. Now tell me. Good evening, Raja is coming. What is the time? 1948. 1948 means 7:48 evening hours. Up to 8, good evening. After 8, we are taking good night. So that Raja is coming as an input value that is passed here or not. Easy, anything great, whatever theory I have given that is clearly happening or not. Other day I have given flow of execution. That was partial flow only. Complete flow I will give. Super. Lot of internals are there. After covering that, I will give complete flow. Comfortable, boss? See this? Everything started in main method and ended in main method. Sys trace main method start. Next, copy this. Main method end. Main method start, main method. Okay. Start of main method, start of main method, end of the main. Cool guys, got the clarity, my dear? Here are my referenced variables, CFZs. No, once work is over, it's better to close the container now, boss. See, it's once work is over, it's always better to close the container, right? You know, everyone knows that point nicely. Okay. Develop the client application. First, let me give the client application here. Here is the client. Client application. This is my client. This is literally solidly my client. This is step number. This is entire directory structure after developing the application. But before that, let me say run the application. Step number 10, run the application. The application. Okay, nothing but client application you have to run. How to run the client. This is my client. There are multiple ways of doing it, guys. Option number 1, this. Option number 2, right click run as Java application. You can run like this. Everything started with main and ended with main. Or I think you can use control F11. Okay, I think in laptop control function F11, right? Yeah, just F11. You can use F11 also. You can use just F11. If you are using a laptop, if it is function key F11. Function key F11. You can use any option. Super. Tell me. From the menu bar. This is option number 1. Next. Okay. Next one. Right click on main application, source code as What is there? Java application. Array, everyone knows it. I'm just giving word by thing. See, guys. Using F11 key. F11 key. Function F11 in laptops. Yeah, here is my output window, guys. Generated output. Generated output. Is it going to be generated output now? Yes, this is going to be generated. This is going to be generated. So what is the directory structure of the application? This is the directory structure. This is the directory structure of the application. CFG's main, yes, yeah, super means hey, listen. Now I have to give detailed flow of execution. To give detailed flow of execution, first of all, I should talk about understanding my statement. Okay. Super. Detailed flow of execution. So I want to talk about limitation of new operator. New operator. Limitation of new operator. Anyone knows? Is there any problem with the new operator? New operator creates the object for Java class at runtime, but it expects the presence of the class from compile time onwards. It expects the presence of the class from compile time onwards. Agree with me, guys? Understanding my statement? It expects the presence of the class from compile time onwards. Okay, right. I'll prove it. New operator, okay, creates the object of Java class at what time? Runtime. But expects the presence of the class from compile time onwards. Compile time onwards. Look at these guys. Test T is equal to new test of. It creates the object for test class at what time, guys? It creates the object for test class at what time? Runtime. But it expects the presence of the test class from compile time onwards, from Java C onwards, right? From Java C onwards. Creates the object for test class at runtime, but expects the presence of the test class from compile time onwards. Super. Presence of the test class from compile time onwards. Cool, guys. Okay. So what is the limitation, guys? New operator cannot be used to create object of Java class whose class name comes to application dynamically at runtime. whose class name comes to application dynamically at runtime, either through scanner, as command line argument, or as system property. Class name is coming to application at runtime. Can we use new operator to create object for the Java class? Okay. New operator cannot be used to create the object for Java class at runtime whose class name comes to Java application dynamically at runtime. What guys? Dynamically at runtime. Super. Dynamically at runtime. As command line argument value. What guys? Value. Or system property value. Or what is that? Keyboard input value. Keyboard input value. Keyboard input value ra babu through using scanner kind of. So it's very bad or not? Now listen. IOC container is created at what time? Runtime. That is object na. Object means when you execute the application, dynamical object is created. IOC container is created at what time? Runtime. Super means super. When it loads the XML file, runtime. When it reads the Spring Bean class name, runtime. When it reads the Spring Bean class name, runtime. When it try to create object for Spring Bean class, runtime. Do you think IOC container is using a new operator to create Spring Bean class object? No. No means no. Seriously, sir? Yes, serious. Seriously, sir? Yes, seriously. In fact, I never used the syntax, check it out. While giving internals also, I said object created, but I never said new operator is used. I never said to create IOC container, we have used new operator. But how IOC container is creating Spring Bean class object, I never said it is using new operator, right? You use a new operator to create IOC container, not to make IOC container. I never said IOC container is using new operator to create Spring Bean class object. Getting my point, guys? Okay. To create object for Java class whose class name comes to the application dynamically at runtime. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Vijay Mohan, in constructor injection also new operator will not be used. Can you come back to the subject of today's class? Dynamical runtime. We need to use reflection API related. Reflection API related. New instance method of java.lang.class. Okay, guys. Deprecated from Java 9 onwards. Any movement they may remove, guys. Any movement they may remove this. Okay, use reflection API related new instance method of java.lang.class. Class name itself class, my dear. Next. Okay, new instance method of java.lang.class reflect dot constructor class. Reflect dot constructor class. Class name itself constructor. Class name is the constructor. Okay, this is best. Okay, now listen. This can create object only by using zero param constructor. Okay, this can create object is object using zero param constructor or using parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. I hope you got it, guys. Using zero param constructor or using parameterized constructor. Zero param here, parameterized. One place zero param, one place parameterized. One place zero param, one place parameter. Or it can use both. So this is best na boss. Which is best? Second one is the best. Second one is the best. Can I give small example on this, guys? Example on creating object for Java class. Okay, using new instance method of constructor class. Okay, we'll try to create one core Java project here again. Why 2 times? New Java project. This is purely core Java project. Okay. Core Java project name. It is nowhere related to Spring. So that's why I name it as what? Core project 2. IOC means Spring. Core means core Java. Understanding? Core Java project 2. Project count we take continuously. We take project count continuously. Understanding my statement? Okay. Vishnuvardhan, what do you mean by proof? What do you mean by proof? Java C file name dot Java. At that time, test class is there. At runtime, object is created for test class only when it is present at compile time. Only when it is present at compile time. Suppose test class came to application at runtime as command line argument. Can I use new operator? These guys don't have common sense, Rabab. This problem with him, he is not able to recognize what is compile time, what is runtime. Without that, he completed core Java. Mr. Vishnuvardhan, you have application 1. Inside that, test T is equal to new test of is there. First compile Java C application 1.java. That time test class is available. Super. Then only object is created for test class at runtime. Suppose same test class is given to application 1 as a command line argument. Can I dare to use new operator? No. I request everyone, when I ask a question, when I am giving a reply, don't sit like a Buddha statue, which is there backside of me, right? Which is there at backside of me. Try to behave like a human being. Yes, sir, I got it. I did not get it. I need more explanation. Something you say. Don't behave like a stone and Buddha statue. Especially the person who asked the question. Manoj Kumar, every Spring Bean class name is configured using @ component, using bean tag. Using bean tag. Tell me, my dear, those classes will be loaded and objects will be created. Okay. Tell me, core Java pros to new instance. New instance. Lot of working people also don't know this. They think that objects are created using what? New operator only. But actually fact is not that. And I said the importance also. IOC container in Spring application created what time? Runtime. It loads Spring Bean configuration file at what time? Runtime. It will perform component scanning at what time? Runtime. It recognizes bean tag at what time? Runtime. So it has to make. Okay. Understanding my statement? It has to make both classes as Spring Bean by creating object. Okay. By creating new object using reflection API, or it uses new operator. Definitely reflection API. For that one only I am giving proof here. com.nt.test. One package. Next, another one. Package. com.nt. com.nt.comp. Are some components. Don't. Intentionally, I am taking one class here. Class name is test, my dear. Super. Okay, there I'll take two variables, int private int A, private int A, private int B. Super, guys. Test, guys. Systrace test : 0 param construct. Test : 0 param construct. Int x comma int y. This dot x is equal to x. This dot y is equal to. Oh, sorry, A na. A is equal to x, B is. What is this? Two param construct. Super, guys. Two string method. Two string method. And I'm just trying to display the data. There is a shortcut key, to get these constructors and other things. Alt plus shift plus s comma s. Alt plus shift plus s comma s. Two string has come automatically in a was cut paste. Okay, to get the constructors also. To get the parameterized constructor also, shortcut key is there. Param constructor. Alt plus shift plus plus shift plus. Okay, industry uses s comma o. This gives me parameterized constructor. This is my tested order. This is my tested order Java. End of the class. Tell me here, class guys. Tell me here, class here. Main method here. What is this? Reflection. No, new instance method test. New instance method test. New instance method test. Okay, guys. It's a tester class. It's a tester class, nothing else. Main class or tester class, anything you can take about. Okay. Tester class. Tester class. Tell me, boss. Tell me. Okay, here, throws exception. I don't want to catch and handle exception. That's now tell me. Load class. Load the Java class. Load Java class dynamically at runtime. At runtime. Is it? Class C is equal to. I think everyone is aware of this class dot for name now, boss. I hope everyone is aware of this class dot for name. In core Java, you might have studied JDBC, you have studied com.nt.component.test. Studied or not studied? Okay. Yeah. What this will do? What it will do? First, we'll try to understand this, my dear. Okay. First, we'll try to understand this. Okay. First of all, what it will do? This is the static method. You know that now? Static method of java.lang.class. Java.lang.class. That's why I'm able to call on the class name now, boss. Class name itself, class. Class name. Okay. Makes the JVM to load the given Java class dynamically at runtime. Dynamically at runtime. And returns the object of java.lang.class having loaded class metadata. Metadata means more information about that class. Loaded class metadata. So ultimately what happens, boss? It is going to create data about data. It is called metadata. Object of java.lang.class. Object of java.lang. Object of java.lang. This is my Siraba. Here is the story. This is C, this is okay. This what? Array, C is not the object of. C is not the object of test class. C is the reference variable pointing to the object of java.lang.class. Here, test class method. It maintains test class method. It maintains test class metadata. Cool? Okay, now listen, boss. But I don't want to give the feeling I'm typing test class at compile time. That's why I say ARGSG. So that I can pass that class name dynamically at runtime as command line argument. If I pass test, it will hold, C will hold information about test class. If I pass X, C will hold information about Y class, right? Get all the constructors of loaded class. All the constructors of loaded class. Understanding my statement, boss? Bharat Dasozu, C is the reference variable of java.lang.class, pointing to its own class object. Pointing to its own class object. Every object contains data, na boss? Every object contains data, na boss? Okay. Okay. This time data is loaded class details. This time data is loaded class details. Mayank Jain, can you stop attending spring classes from tomorrow? First complete core Java, then come for this class. If you allow, if you come also, I will remove you from meeting. Mr. Mayank Jain, can you stop attending spring from tomorrow? Please complete core Java, come for this class. No. I don't want to listen any excuses, boss. Please adjust your fee payment for core Java and other courses. Once done, come back to spring. If possible, if at least after 2 months of core Java, you start spring. Sorry, I cannot teach what is ARGS0 in spring class. Stupid fellow. It's a command line argument, Ra Babu. I keep on saying core Java is prerequisite. Why you come, Ra Babu? Spring is the Spring Boot microservices, Spring Boot is the last course you should learn in Java domain. If you learn in a proper order, it is going to be fourth one, right? It is going to be fourth one. Understanding? Okay. Tell me next one. Class C is equal to, come on. Listen. Constructor CONS array is equal to C dot get declared constructors. C dot get declared constructors. Tell me, boss. C dot get declared constructors. This method returns array. What array? Constructor class object array. Int array, all elements are integer values. Float array, all elements are float values. Student object array, all elements are student class objects. String array, all elements are string class objects. Yes or no? Na? Constructor class object array, all elements are constructor class objects. Constructor is also class name. When you have accepted predefined class called object, please accept there is another predefined class called class, another predefined class called constructor, another predefined class called constructor. Understanding my statement, boss? What's the meaning of this, boss? Yeah. This will give CONS array. CONS array. Their constructor object. Constructor class object. Again, constructor class object. Constructor class object, constructor class object. Okay. Points to points to, refers first constructor. Refers first constructor. Come here. Refers second constructor. Refers first. Array element above. Constructor class object. Constructor class object. Got it, my dear? Now listen, boss. In which order the constructors are there, in the same order it refers. First to 0, then 2 param. This will refer first to 0 param, this will become 2 param. Understanding? In which order the constructors are there? 0 param, 2 param. If you change the order, here also order will be changed. If you change the order there, here also order will be changed. Got it, my dear? Come on. Super. Okay. Create the object for the loaded class. Create the objects for loaded class. Tell me, object to obj1 is equal to cons0 dot cons0 dot new instance. Array, here no argument. This method is designed with varargs. This method is designed with varargs. So since I have not passed any args, boss, since I have not passed any args, it will try to use 0 param constructor to create object. Anyhow, it is not trying to pass any arguments. Anyhow, this is also referring 0 param constructor. This is also referring 0 param. I am wantedly referring with obj. I don't want to type test name in the code. I don't want to type test name in the code, right? Uses 0 param constructor. Sys out obj1 dot toString. Array, this OB superclass reference variable can refer subclass object. Superclass reference variable can refer subclass object. Superclass. Done. Already class is loaded here, na? Already class is loaded. Copy this, boss. Paste. obj2 is equal cons of 1 dot uses 2 param constructor 2 dot toString. Calling toString is optional, you know that. Okay. But 2 param, na, I have to pass argument values 10, 20. This method is designed with varargs. Varargs, that means variable number of arguments. Variable number of arguments. With 0 param. If not added, this also looks to execute. What is that? 0 param. But this is pointing to what? 2 param. Since arguments are not passed, you will get exception. Arguments are not passed, you will get exception. See guys, done. But sir, I know how to run the application, but I don't know how to run the application by having command line arguments. By having command line argument. See, array index out of bounds exception came because I have not passed any command line arguments. Because I have not passed any command line arguments, right? Super. Let me run this application by having command line arguments. Run as, run configurations. There is an arguments tab. Make sure that our class is pointing. Here program arguments. Here program arguments. Only one command line argument I want to pass. Okay, comp dot test. Tell me, class name I am passing at runtime as command line argument value or not? Class name I am passing at runtime as command line argument value or not? Guys, what the clarity, guys? com.nt.test. We have to pass entire qualified name only, na? Fully qualified name only. If you don't tell which class package it will execute or which package class it will execute, yeah, then apply, then run. Then it will run the application with command line argument. First object is created using 0 parent. Next object is created using 2 parent. Suppose intentionally I have not passed here. Intentionally I have not passed here. Run configuration, arguments tab. Exception is coming for second one. Exception is coming for second one. Okay. So what is the conclusion? Don't be so crazy about new operator, Ra Babu. Sometimes new operator is very bad, very bad. Especially Servlet container, JSP containers, Spring containers. In fact, lots of frameworks, lots of containers. Internally, they don't use new operator to create object of classes that we are passing through configurations. Okay. They use a new instance method. This kind of new instance. This kind of new instance method. Okay. I think today you got some satisfaction. What I know in Core Java is very less. There are so many things to learn in Core Java. If someone asks you how to create object without using new operator, by getting class name at runtime, please. Sometime interviewer will try to confuse you. IOC container loads and creates Spring Bean class object using new operator. Is it right? He'll ask. You say right. Okay, he thinks that you are just good in Spring but not great. You are just good in Spring, not great. What it was? Mohit, Mohit Chawla. After listening entire Ramayana, you are asking who is Sita. Shame on you, Babu. This guy is asking me how to answer properly. Array all containers internally uses new instance method of constructor class, new instance method of reflection API to create the object. Or you don't want to use the method name. They use reflection API internal. They use reflection API internally. That is enough. They use reflection API internally, right? Vishnuvardhan, Vishnuvardhan. Okay. Why don't you use your common sense, Ra Babu? I said I am passing class at runtime. That means compiled class only I am passing at runtime, na? That class is input value to another class, Ra Babu. What about passing predefined classes? Ravi, Rajiv, in which order constructors are there in the same order? CONS array will be having constructors. Everyone, please have a look at question asked by Vishnuvardhan. However, for compilation, run dot class file is needed. Dot class file is needed. Mr. Vishnuvardhan, bring your common sense. I said application is taking compiled class at runtime. Did I say application is taking the source code of class at runtime? No. The class may be a predefined class. The class may be a predefined class. Okay. Not confused. You are busy. You are busy somewhere without listening class. See, first listen, then analyze, get the doubts. First, some mindset, I will tell, wrong mindset or negative mindset. They are not ready to accept the newness. They don't ready. When I give one statement, they start thinking, what if that, what if this, what if this? Fine, ra. But first of all, you have to accept the concept completely, na? Because they are in an attitude of, I know everything in core Java. My basics are very strong, but they cannot accept the newness in the core Java. In that process, they stop listening. See, revolution is required after gaining knowledge, not while gaining knowledge. Okay. Bharat Dasozu, only common methods we can call na OBJ1, OBJ2. You want to call specific method, typecasting is required. That is everyday story, Ra Babu. What is the new thing you found in that? Okay. In which order constructors are placed in Java class? In which order the constructors are placed in Java class? In the same order, elements will be placed in the CONS array. In the CONS array. Superna boss? Okay. Next, create objects. Create objects for the loaded classes. Create objects for the loaded classes. Nice, boss. Create objects for the loaded classes. Fine. Here is the example application, my dear. This is the complete code I am giving to you people. This is my core Java project. Done. Super. Here is my test.java. Done this. At any cost by tomorrow, you should complete first application development. If you don't practice second one, I don't problem. But first one, Spring one should be completed, boss. Okay. Spring one should be completed. Right. Tomorrow I'm going to give official flow of execution. End-to-end flow of execution, right? Yesterday. After giving storyboard, the flow of execution that I have given is just a partial flow. I have not revealed so many things. I have not revealed so many things, right? Okay. Array, stop using Windows 8. Go for Windows 10 or Windows 11. Please stop using Windows 8. Done, boss. Don't open the jar, downloaded jar. Just add them to class path. Clear? Today you understood how to run the application, guys? right click in the project. Right click in the project. Fine. What is this? Run as. Run as. What is this? Run configurations. Run con. Predefined class, you don't know Adra? Read the API documentation, open the source code, my dear. Run configurations. For predefined classes, source code is available through decompiler, or you have a documentation. Okay. Arguments tab. Program arguments. Program arguments. Here is my program arguments. Here is my program arguments. Here is my program. This is ARGS. Say run. Say apply, say run. Say apply, say. Array class dot for name method, just load the class. Object creation is happening because of new instance method. But fellow, use brain ra. Use brain ra. Where you keep your brains ra, babu? Okay. In class dot for name, which logic is used for creation of object? Neha, that internal uses provide constructor based new operator. The methods are order alphabetics are in docs. Then it's good practice to write the methods, arrange them in the alphabetic order. No, sir, documentation is different, source code is different. Then open the source code, get the order. Documentation shows in order so that you can pick them easily. That is the only reason they go for it. That's the only reason they go for it. Okay, boss. Let's come back. Okay, tell me. Most of the containers, servers, frameworks, okay, create objects for their respective classes. Tell me, respective classes. Okay. By dynamically at runtime. Runtime. What is that? By using new instance method of java.lang.reflect dot constructor class reflection API. Reflection API. Because the containers are created at what time? At runtime. And they get the classes. They get the classes for instantiation at runtime. They get the classes for instantiation. Instantiation at runtime. Cool, super cool, guys. Now listen. In Spring applications, IOC container is an object created at what time? Created at what time? Runtime. It loads. It loads the Spring Bean configuration file at what time? At runtime. It loads the Spring Bean configuration file at what time, guys? Runtime, boss. And runtime. And create gets the Spring Bean classes. Okay, from Spring Bean configuration file at runtime. Okay, at runtime. And creates the objects for those classes at runtime. So, it uses reflection API. So it uses the reflection API. So this, it uses the reflection API. So it uses the reflection API. Nothing but new instance method of java.lang.reflect.constructor. For boss, I think you got your most important statement of the day. Understanding my statement. So it means one object creating another object. Array, container is also class. So container is also one kind of object, right? Fine. Convinced, my dear, got the clarity. Everyone enjoyed it thoroughly, boss. Not able to download the Google Classroom, ma? Open in new tab, open in separate new tab and download. Open in separate new tab and download. Sir, can you show steps to create application context.xml file? Why it is not there here? Application context.xml file steps are not given. Okay, tell me. You want file? Okay, how to create one? Right click on project. Right click on com.nt.cfgs. New other file. Others file. Other file. What is that? XML file. Okay. Application context.xml. Is it a rocket science, my dear? Okay. It was not available. XML is not available. Some definition can I tell core Java or any problems are? I don't know what you are saying, Ram Dunge. I have some meeting yesterday, today, same time. Due to that, I could not attend the class properly. Satish, class timings cannot be changed, boss. Satish, recordings, you have to talk to admin. Okay. Swastik, superclass reference variable points to subclass object can call common methods of superclass and subclass. Common methods of superclass and subclass. If you don't know this, please sit in core Java. Guys, I'm teaching in-depth, in detailed subject, but people are asking me silly questions. Sir, please explain me how super class reference variable can refer subclass methods. If you want to call direct methods of subclass, typecasting is required. Typecasting is definitely required. Okay. Beside downloading jar file, pom.xml, that is the file related to Maven. That is the file related to Maven. You don't worry about that now. You want to see how to create Spring Bean, right click, new, other, XML file. XML is not there. Okay. How to create object? How to create object definition using Core Java and Spring. Okay. In Core Java, use new operator. In Spring, it internally uses new instance method. Spring internally uses new instance method. In Spring, we don't create object. We ask a Spring container to create object. Thank you guys. Have a nice time.